Recording. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Juan Bustos.
Juan Duran.
This is Juan D. Juan B. Juan D. We're
Two
both
Juans.
Juans. Yes,
Yeah.
two Juans. So, listen. Juan D and me go way back. I'm talking about elementary school back.
Oh, yeah.
It was a fourth grade. Around fourth grade.
First grade, way.
First grade, I remember that. I was joking with him. It was a joke.
Yeah.
Juan D joke. First grade. I remember Juan D. First grade, pretty much all the way through. It was literally after fifth grade we stopped being classes together.
Yeah.
Juan D was a smarter cookie. I was a slower cookie. So they put him in more advanced classes than me. I'm not hurt by that. That's just the truth. But me and Juan D went to the same school till literally we graduated. He lived a couple blocks down from me. Probably like a 5-minute walk from here.
5 minute, 3 minute.
5 minute, 3 minute
depending
walk.
if I
to
really
his
wanted to get
original
over
house.
here.
Yeah. We used to go to each other's houses pretty often when we were younger. But I guess as we grew older, we had different classes, different schedules. Things started, going
Split
separate
up.
ways. Yeah, we split up a little bit. Normal life, we grew apart. Then fast forward to after graduating, Juan D came to work with me.
No, actually, hold up.
Thayas.
No, after Thayas, yeah.
After Thayas,
he got me in my first job.
We worked at Thayas at a tamales place down here. They make like tortillas and tamales and stuff like that. That was my first job. And then I asked Juan if he wanted to come work. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll come work.
Yeah, fucking
it was
money.
supposed to be a weekend job.
Yeah.
But Juan D ended up working full time.
Not fun.
Not fun. I hated that place. I hated that place so much.
He quit twice.
I quit twice in that
And came
place.
back twice.
Well, the only reason I came back was because of COVID.
Fair point.
COVID was the only reason I went back because school was out and we weren't doing anything and I was tired of being home. So I went back to work there at the place I quit. And funny enough, I quit without a 2-week notice. I quit literally in, like one day. I was like, I'm not coming back.
Was it the first time or the second time?
The first time.
The first time.
The first time I was
shit, I
like,
didn't know that.
I'm not coming back. So I told her that. And then Juan D stayed there. He worked all during COVID. The first couple months of COVID.
Yeah.
And then I asked him to ask the owner,
yeah.
if I could go back because, of course, we weren't doing anything. So I was like, just ask her if I can go back. And funny enough, she said I can go in that night. Was it that night?
It was that night.
And I went in that night, and I instantly regretted that my decision the first night I went back. I quit a couple months later, but didn't like that job at all. But yeah, we went back to work together, and then I left AS, went to the restaurant downtown here in San Antonio, started working there a couple months. Told Juan D he needed to come over here because it was 10 times better.
Yeah, this was like.
Oh.
I was there for what, like another year?
How many years were you there? Three
years, yeah.
He was at Tays for 3 years.
3 fucking years.
Mind you, that was a night shift job. Overnight job.
Oh, I don't want to remember that.
Horrible schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible schedule. From 12 at night.
You remember she would ask us to come in earlier, too?
She would want us to come in at 11.
She would ask us to come in earlier.
Honestly, look, for a first job, I guess.
I mean,
it was still bad.
It was still bad, but I mean, like, if you're just taking it as a weekend type of thing,
yeah,
it was
supposed to be. It was supposed to be a weekend thing. It was not a weekend thing at all. For Juan D, at least. Juan D was making that money.
Yeah.
But compared to now,
compared to money, that shit was shit.
Compared to the money he's making now, that wasn't anything. But
which does just to mention, it's not a lot of money, but it's still decent money.
Yeah.
What I make right now.
But at the time, I guess when I was working downtown, Juan D was working at that Tayas place. And why did you take a while to go over there? Was it because you had a lot of stuff to pay, or you didn't want to leave yet?
No, so I had put my 2 weeks in. I think it was the first week of December. I put in my 2 weeks. Then they asked me, "Hey, can you stay just a little longer till Christmas ends? We'll give you a bonus." You know what? A bonus sounds nice. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to stay there. I stayed there. They asked me to stay another 2 weeks, get the bonus. Bonus is $100. Which, what the fuck is $100 gonna do to me? In the middle of fucking COVID.
They got it.
When I make that shit in 2 days. Like, at least make it 200. Like, seriously. But anyways, I quit after that. 2 weeks. I was planning on possibly going to either Walmart or Target, wherever. And this guy comes and tells me, hey, we got a spot open over at the restaurant downtown. Mm-hmm. I start saying no because, I mean, I'm not a very social person. So I'm like, that doesn't sound like the spot for me. So I thought. And for a moment, I was like, nah, I'm good. Eventually, I don't know if it was you who convinced me or I just convinced myself. One of us, somehow I managed to go over there or apply online, get the interview, get hired. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we started working together.
Yeah. We're both bussing?
Both bussing.
Both bussing tables. At some point when he started, I was bussing when I first got there, running food and bussing. At some point, I became a server. I think I lasted about a month, and then I just couldn't deal with the people anymore. It was honestly...
He's not a people guy, honestly speaking. He's not a big people guy.
I'm not a big people... I can talk to people, mm-hmm. but serving them is completely different when you have to be their bitch.
You're not wrong. No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong, but it's also not that... It's not that serious, but when you think about it, you make your money through the people.
Yeah.
So you literally have to be kissing their feet at every moment, because if you make them angry, they're not gonna leave you shit. So you literally have to be like so nice to them even when you're angry like as hell. And I guess a lot of people online say like, because I know a lot of people who work as servers for a living, they like to complain about not getting tipped, that people don't understand, and which I understand. But then I also try to see it from other people's point of view, the ones who complain about tipping.
Yeah.
It's most of the time is because they've never served. You know? People who complain about leaving tips is because they've never worked in a restaurant environment where you deal with people. They just get dealt with, but they don't deal with. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I was tired of being like that. I was tired of like putting on a smiley face at all times and being happy. So then I stopped serving. I go back to bussing. Then my boy Juan D here turns into a bartender.
Now let's back up a bit. So I started whenever I started with working at the restaurant. Was it like about a week and a half after I started there that the bartender there asked me to start helping them in the back.
Yeah.
In the bar. So started bar backing. I don't know what the hell it was about just being behind the bar. Something made me want to be back there. Over the last 6 months, I kept asking more questions, kept asking to get trained because I wanted to learn more, and eventually they did. I finally started getting training behind the bar. I finally got a shift by myself, morning shift, mind you, but still made some money. And eventually, they started calling me up to the rooftop bar. Not fun. Has spent another 6 months fighting that one, trying to get off of there.
You might want to explain why you don't want to be at the rooftop bar.
Okay. Rooftop bar at the place we work, it's limited to just the people in the stay at the hotel with us. Not gonna name which hotel it is, but you know, the amount of money that you make up there, it's all right. I mean, it's $10 an hour, which to most of the people might seem like, it's not bad. But when you've got
that is pretty bad.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, depending on your standard, I mean, most people get paid what, 11 an hour, 13 an hour during the day.
Yeah.
Right. Which I mean, 10 is just barely cutting it.
Yeah.
But we would also get paid tips.
Yeah, you get paid tips from people, so they leave you tips.
They would leave us tips. The thing is, since they're staying at the hotel, some people would just go up there, leave their number, their room number, or whichever way they would pay, and then just forget about their tab and not tip. And I didn't have the ability to put an automatic gratuity, so I lost money. I wouldn't get any money.
Yeah.
Or there'd be times where nobody's staying at the hotel because either it's too hot or too cold, and then I get no money at all, just my hourly, which, like I said, $10 an hour. With the amount of bills I've started racking up, not cutting it.
Yeah.
Eventually, two of the bartenders downstairs decided to quit, leaving only one bartender. They start putting me back down there. All right, we get a second one, second bartender. I'm still there, getting shifts here and there, and eventually I just get tired of it. Start talking to management. It took a little too long for them to get me out of there, and eventually, as of now, until tomorrow or until next week, I've been out of that place for almost a year and a half. I only took the shift for next week because they lost a bartender this week.
Up there?
Hmm?
Was it the same one when I left? Or was it another one?
Which one?
Okay.
No.
She's gone?
Oh, she been gone.
She's been gone?
Oh, she been gone.
Oh, yeah? There was another one?
Long hair.
Long hair? Oh, he quit?
Yeah. 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 So they asked me to cover. I already told my manager only one time. That's gonna be it. Otherwise, I'm calling off. So, but anyways, bartending has been pretty fun. At the same time, irritating. Burn out sometimes. It's just a lot of dealing with people. A lot of memorizing stuff.
How long have we been recording for? 11 minutes. Okay, good.
Yeah. And yeah. And then this guy, after going back to food running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back to food running. I was food running for about a year and a half, another year. I just recently left a couple months ago. I went to go work for a Toyota supplier down here in San Antonio, one of the Toyota factories. Horrible. I mean, the guys warned me about it at work.
Yeah, like, they did warn them.
They warned me about it. And honestly, that like, I don't know what it is about the place, but just being there, like it's so like your soul gets killed there, you know?
Oh yeah.
There's like, you're like a robot. You're pretty much a robot there working, you know? Like, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. It's like, it's depressing, you know?
Yeah.
It really is depressing. It's like, you start to think like, what am I doing here, you know? Because you're just doing the same thing.
Like at that point, you're going in every time, like, okay,
yeah, doing the exact same thing.
Blah blah.
Doing the exact same thing, and then it's just like, they'd work you off, like they'd work you so much, bro. I mean, it's not hard work, mind you, but it's more about the hours of work that you'd put in. And it was good pay because of the overtime you'd make, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't have a life, bro. Yeah. I come in at 6 in the morning, I leave at 5 in the afternoon. That's literally my entire day almost gone. I literally have maybe 4 or 5 hours at the end of the day to do whatever I need to do, but I still gotta go home, I gotta take a shower, and I gotta sleep. So it's like, you know, it kind of sucked. So now I'm working construction with one of my dad's companies that I'm doing, which is way better, honestly. Feels way freer than being over there. And honestly, I'm Hispanic, so working in construction, you meet a lot of older Mexican and Hispanic people, mostly men, of course, because there's not really women working in that. But it's like, it's so much more fun because you joke around with them, and it's like, it's a lot more fun, it's a lot freer. But that's what I'm doing now. Juan D's working, he's still working at Ostra, which honestly I think he likes that. So
it's got its ups, it's got its downs.
Oh, it definitely has ups and downs. Yeah, that's true.
But money's right, or money's good. Get to meet some pretty cool people. Met one upcoming artist. I've met Nick Swartzen once. Former President Vicente Fox from Mexico. What was that? That's it when it comes to celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've even called the other one celebrity.
I don't know if you consider him celebrity. Lalo from Tequila?
Oh yeah, Lalo. The
tequila.
The tequila master, yeah.
The guy who made the tequilas. Yeah. He went to go with the job. Yep. But yeah, I guess it gives you a lot of good opportunities, especially the restaurant we work at. It's a very high-end hotel.
Especially that billionaire that always gives us a visit every couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So funny enough, a couple months actually before I left.
No, it was about a month before.
Before I left?
Yeah.
A month before I left, I was working a night shift with Juan D. I was bar backing, so I was helping him behind the bar.
He was trying to learn a little bit about the bar.
Yeah, I was cleaning up. I was thinking of being a bartender, but then I realized I was like, if I hated serving, I'm probably gonna hate this. As much as I would want to like it, I'm probably not gonna like it. But yeah, I was bar backing. I was helping Juan out, and we get one of these older guys that works here that stays at the hotel.
Gonna add this real quick. We had a intern working at the bar that day too.
Oh yeah, we had an intern. Where I forgot about her.
Yeah.
We had an intern working at the bar with us from where was she from again?
Tennessee.
She was I think she was from
Tennessee. Yeah.
She was from Tennessee, so she came down to the hotel because our company offers an internship, so she came to work with us.
Yeah.
And she was there for the night. We were working. So we were there working. One of the customers that stays a lot there at the hotel came downstairs. Very very wealthy guy.
Yeah.
Came down to eat.
What time was it at the time?
Oh no! Sorry, he was grabbing a drink.
Yeah.
He came like 20 minutes after we closed.
No, I think it was half an hour after we closed. Yeah, 30 minutes after we closed.
It may have been half an hour after we closed. Yeah. It was definitely after we closed.
It was definitely, yeah. It was a decent while after we closed.
It was a decent while after we closed. We were shutting down the bar, cleaning up everything.
I mean, we had a pretty rough day, no? For it being three of us, we had a pretty rough day that day.
Well, we were busy that day?
I'm pretty sure.
Were we were definitely busy one day.
We were busy that day because we were already, we were trying to clean, and then...
Oh, and then he came in?
Yeah, he came in, and by the time we left, it was 11:30, not including the extra 15 minutes that we were waiting for him to leave.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So I guess if we were busy that day, we were shutting down for the day, and then the gentleman comes in with a wife.
We still have no idea what the fuck is going on. We don't know what she is.
He's rich. We don't know what
at this point, I have tea about another guy, which I'm not gonna. Yeah.
So, wealthy guy comes in with his friends and a lady friend, and so a couple, and then him and his whatever that is, and then they come in, and they tell Juan, they ask him if we're closed.
Yeah.
And what do you say?
I tell them yes, and then they tell me, can we do at least one round? You know me, I stay here all the time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Maybe today's the day in which, I might get a little extra for letting them get at least one round.
Yeah.
And so we do. One glass of wine, one Cosmo, and I don't even remember what the hell the other two got.
Easy drinks.
Easy drinks.
Easy, 2-3 drinks they ordered. Yep. So they order their drinks. We're cleaning up the bar. They start leaving, right? They start packing their stuff up.
Yeah.
The guy comes towards us, and he puts his head into the bar, and he goes, "I appreciate y'all for staying open for me. Here you go." Dude hands us, what was it again? $200?
$200.
He hands us $200 cash for three of. Oh, actually, funny enough, the intern we were working with
she wanted to leave. As soon as they got there.
Yeah.
Which I told her, go for it.
Yeah. And for some reason, she stayed. I don't know why she stayed.
I don't. No idea.
She probably knew something was going.
Maybe.
She probably knew. I don't know. But funny enough, she ended up staying. So we had to split it 3 ways. It could have been 2 ways. It could have been 2.
Yeah, it could have been 2.
She would have never found out about that cash tip. That would have been gone the next day. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah. But we ended up getting that. We split that. I mean,
it was a busy day. You want to know why? Because remember, we went to IHOP that day. Right after.
Oh, because we made money that day. Oh, you're right.
So it was a 75 plus whatever else we made in cash that I split between us 3. Which at the end of that day, I think I had $100
cash
total.
So we did make money that day. We made good money that day. Don't get me wrong though. That restaurant we work at, amazing money. As far as a job, 9 to 5, or not 9 to 5, but just working a job, a regular job, serving for as easy as it is, apart from dealing with customers, as far as light loads and stuff, it's great money. But you got to deal with the customers. So that's on the bad side. So yeah, that's a little bit about us, how we've been up to here, what we've done in the past few years, and how we've been led up to this. Honestly, outside of work, I don't really have much happening. Nothing interesting going on. The reason why we're doing this podcast thing, which I haven't even said anything about this, but this right here, us recording each other, Juan D moved literally right down the street from me.
Less than a block away.
Literally less than a block away from me again, and he's gonna be living here for at least a year.
Which we never touched that.
We didn't say that in the video. But
I used to actually live about.
Yeah, we did say that.
A block over.
Yeah, you did.
No, but we didn't mention that I moved like 2.
Oh yeah.
So I used to live about a block over.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I know a block can vary.
Yeah.
This was a very long block.
It's a very long block.
All right.
Like 20 houses at least in between.
Yeah.
This block.
I spent about I don't know what, almost 10 years in that house.
In that house, you spent quite a while in that house. I do remember.
10 years. 10 years in that house, probably about maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually, landlord said, "Hey, we need. I need the house. I'm gonna remodel it. I got a family coming from Mexico that are gonna occupy this house." So we said, "Okay." We ended up moving. One of my dad's friends owns a couple houses. Let us move into it was a duplex temporarily. We stayed there for about a year. Then eventually he found a house that 4-bedroom house. We ended up moving there. We've been there for about 2 years, but just about 2 months ago he told us, "Hey, I'm gonna unfortunately need this house in about 3 months." Thankfully my mom was able to find a house nearby over here, which honestly I've been wanting to come back to the west side. Why, I have no idea, but it just feel more comfortable here than I did in any of those other places. You
can't really walk around neighborhoods like that, the one you lived at.
Yeah.
Like here. Like you literally it's a lot more 2 parks.
Yeah.
You got all the stores right here, which I mean you did have stores over there.
Oh, I have a bunch of stores over there.
But like it's more busy, like the roads and the freeways right next to it.
Yeah, freeways right next to me.
Yeah, so it was kind of like not like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like a friendly neighborhood vibe, you know.
I almost got into a fight in that house actually.
Oh, you did with your neighbor with the dog, right? About the dog.
I was about to beat a person up, which
over a dog, which honestly depends what the person would have done to my dog. But yeah, we might have to get into a fight, a little squabble after my dog, you know.
Yeah, and then eventually we're now over here. We actually just finished moving today.
Yeah, he just moved this last week. Yeah, like barely.
I literally got like one more thing gotta go pick up from over there.
Have they already started working on that house?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nah. We give the keys tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's
the last day to get whatever we need.
Oh, you work tomorrow?
I go in at 3 or 4.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah. And now I live over here. This is why we're gonna start this. Might start some other little projects here and there.
Yeah, I don't know. So I told him. So he came over right now, and I told him we're gonna play games. Mm-hmm. He enters my bedroom door, and I tell him, "Juan, we need to do something. We need to figure out a way to get something going."
Something started, yeah.
Cause honestly, look. At some point, I'm tired of just having the same schedule. I don't want to have the same life my entire life. So I feel like we got to do something.
Everything goes on repeat at one point.
Yeah, so I feel like we got to change it up. We got to try something new. I've always wanted to do YouTube. Juan knows this.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all can go to my YouTube channel. I've been uploading since I was like 10. I've always been wanting to do YouTube, and I just can't find the type of content to post on YouTube. But I figured this right here is free. We could do this all day, every day. Just talk to the camera. And I feel like me and Juan D having a good friendship. We've been friends for a long time. I feel like if I was gonna start something with somebody, it'd probably be with Juan D, cause I can trust him. He can't trust me though. Nah.
Oh shit. Well, damn.
But yeah, I feel like this is a start. Hopefully I want to start a podcast. This is the first episode. We're not jumping on any names yet. I was thinking the Bozos or Los Bozos.
Those Bozos.
Which honestly, like, it's like an inside joke. Which I was thinking I might. That's a good name we could start with. But he sort of just came into my room, and I told him that we needed to start something, that we need to get ideas, and randomly podcast came up. I was like, why don't we just make something about having a conversation? And he's like, oh, you mean a podcast? I'm like, I guess so. Yeah, that's probably what I meant. But I feel like this is really fun. I like talking to Juan D. We can get into like deep conversations about shit. So I feel like doing this on camera it's sort of a good idea.
It's also kind of like, well, me personally, I'm not the biggest on being behind the camera or in front of camera. So
yeah,
kind of gets me kind of used to it.
Oh, being in front of the camera. Yeah, because honestly, like, if you've never talked to a camera, it's very weird. Because you're talking to nobody.
Yeah.
You're just talking to the screen, which is weird. But, like, I've tried to do it my entire life, so I sort of, like, don't get awkward around it anymore. It's sort of like, I just try to act normal because I don't want to say I've been doing it for a long time, but I just...
You've been doing it for a good while.
I've been trying to do it, so I guess I'm decent at it.
I mean, you've been streaming.
I have been streaming, yeah, so I talk to myself a lot, which is... Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Not weird. But yeah, we had a few topics we wanted to talk about. If you hand me my notebook right here. We had a few topics we wanted to go about for the first episode of the podcast. First thing we're going to go over is the PS5 Pro. Juan D, I don't know what you've heard of.
The PS5 Pro or the PS5 Slim?
PS5 Pro. Like, you know the PS4 Pro? PS5 Pro. It's actually a PS5 Pro. It's not Slim. The Slim is just the PS5, but like...
I've heard it has more... I thought it had more space than the regular one.
The PS5 Pro... The PS5 Slim maybe comes with a terabyte. I'm not sure. But the PS5 Slim, or the Slim models are usually 2 years or 3 years after the regular one comes out. They find a way to make it more compact, and then they release that. And then they make the PS Pro, which is the faster, stronger version of the game. But I don't know what you've heard on the PS5 Pro, which it's just supposed to have more, what is it called? The graphics card?
Yeah.
The graphics, more power. I think the CPU might be a couple more cores. I'm not too sure what they say.
Able to run a little faster than the PS5?
Yeah, apparently. So they say, which I guess it's true. But I've been looking at a lot of reviews on it. I haven't got my hands on it because honestly, I don't think it's worth the money.
Yeah, I mean, you got the PC over
I have a PC, yeah. So I don't need a PS5. Point. But I've been looking at a lot of reviews on it, and I think video games are starting to get to the point where it's hard to look better.
Yeah.
Like, video games are looking so good now, it's like, how do you get any better? Like, it's kind of almost impossible to make them look extremely... Unless you get a better monitor, but, like, how do you make...
I mean, even if you go into VR...
Yeah.
There's, like, I mean, yeah, you can go so far, but after what point can you just...
Get better.
Get better.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're just trying to create something that literally looks real.
Yeah.
That's literally what you're trying to do, which, when you really think about it, that's fucking hard.
That's a lot of... Yeah, honestly, almost... It's pretty much impossible. I don't think they're ever going to get it, like completely real, which...
They might, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's far. It's not...
Because, I mean, like, eventually, I get the feeling, especially with the whole VR thing, they'll find a way to get, like, senses going.
Oh, like
you're able to like
touch something.
You're able to touch something and you kind of like get the feeling of whatever the item is. Let's say it's the guitar. Or
I know the first thing I'm doing in VR. Nah, chill. Chill, homie, chill.
Hey, I'm gonna tell your girl, dog.
Hey, chill. She don't gotta know. I'm gonna edit it out. No, but yeah, I mean, like I was saying, a lot of people were complaining because it's $200 more than the regular PS5.
Oh, fuck.
And a lot of people were complaining because, like, they have to, like, look so closely at the game to notice the difference.
Yeah, it's like at that point, that's just... There's no real point in it. Like, you might as well just get a regular PS5. You're wasting $200 extra for, what, maybe 1 or 2 pixels that you can barely...
Yeah, the one thing that I guess is different is the frame rate. Because on the PS5... I don't know the PS5, but on the PS5 Pro... on PC, you know how you can pick like, oh, you want good graphics, you want shitty graphics. So on the PS5, in certain games, you can choose whether you want a higher frame rate or you want better graphics. Because you can't have one or the other. You get
one or the other. You don't get it.
But on the PS5 Pro, they claim to have both in one. So you can run good graphics with, like, the PS5, the regular one, you can have good graphics, but you can have slow frame rate. But on the PS5 Pro claims that you can have better graphics with better frame rate. So it claims you can have both. Which, honestly, you can, because I've seen the gameplay on it. It does look better. But is it really worth the money? Are you really going to waste that much money for 15 frames? Which I don't, honestly, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't waste. You might as well get a PC at that point.
If anything, actually, I don't know if you saw anything about the Pro Slim. They're actually having a sale for it. Or it might actually be the Pro too, or one of the others. It
might be the Slim.
Pro
just came out.
One of the PS5s is getting sold for under the original price, about $390 something, $375, as a sale during Black Friday.
I think it's a PS5, the regular one.
You're better off just getting the PS5 than spending $200 extra bucks on the PS Pro.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, a lot of people who have mass pre-ordered and try to upsell those PS5s lost a lot of money when that happened.
Yeah, because people don't want them.
Yeah.
They don't. After the reviews come out and the like.
No. I'm talking about the ones that got the price reduced.
Oh.
You know how a lot of people pre-order shit ton?
So they bought them from the store instead of buying it from the people. They got fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah, they got fucking screwed over.
They got screwed over bad.
That's pretty funny. Fuck them. Fuck the resellers.
Yeah,
fuck the resellers. They try to screw you over. Nick!
Yeah.
Fuck you, Nick!
Wait, who's the other one? Jose?
Jose? He resells?
The sneakers.
Oh,
Sneakerhead. Fucking sneakerheads.
Reselling all the shoes?
I know.
You're not gonna get me. I don't like sneakers.
Which, by the way, there was.
I'm good with my Crocs, bruh.
There was one artist who made a way for his actual fans to be able to buy them, and for resellers not to be able to order a mass ton of his sneakers.
Yeah.
J Balvin.
He did what again?
So you know how you're able to pre-order a bunch of his whenever an artist drops a pair of sneakers. You're able to pre-order a shit ton, and then resell them for a higher price, right? So what he did, he raised the price of his, I don't remember the name of it was Air Force something. He raised the price to $25,000.
On the shoes?
On the shoes.
Oof.
But if you were a fan of his and followed his stories, followed his TikToks, followed basically him on anything, he had codes where as soon as you go to checkout, it'll give you a $24,700 and something discount.
So it'd only be like $300, $400?
$300.
That's smart.
So there was a bunch of resellers who were trying to buy in mass, and were spending $24,000 for the shoes.
But they got fucked.
They got fucked.
Because the real fans.
Because the real fans got it for $210, $300.
They could have followed his accounts and stuff, but they could only do that so many times. Because then you got to make accounts, you got to do all that shit. That's smart. That was smart. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, because fuck these resellers, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck them. So yeah, PS5 Pro.
PS5 Pro.
What are your options? What is your opinion on the PS5 Pro?
Not worth it.
Not worth it at all. Honestly,
just for a couple frames, not worth it.
No, especially if you can get the regular PS5 Slim, even if it's without a disc. Getting it for almost $200.
Yeah.
That's way better. You're literally saving $500 on 15 frames. That's way better. And if you're looking for better performance than a PS5, your next step should be to skip the PS5 Pro and get a PC. If you're a console person, then go for the Pro. Honestly, yeah, because PC is a whole bunch of other shit.
Honestly, I feel like even if you try to go competitive in anything, you could probably still do with the regular PlayStation 5. Yeah, PlayStation 5 or PlayStation Pro. It's not really. At one point, it just becomes about how good are you at the game that you're trying to compete with.
Yeah, I guess if you're trying to do competitive stuff, you might want to go for if you're trying to play with like against PC players and stuff like that, you might just want to go pro.
Yeah.
If you want to stay console. But if you're just playing for fun, you might as well just stick with your regular PS5, honestly. Because PS5 Pro, I feel like, is for the people who don't want to go to PC, who want to stay on console, but want the best of the best. Then yeah, I guess you can just stay with console with the PS5 Pro. But if you might as well just hop to a PC, bro. Like you pay $1,100 and you're already getting better performance in that, and you get way more customization on your graphics. So if you want to get them high, or you want to just completely shit them but get like high frame rates, you can do that. And it's so much better on PC.
You can do so much more shit. That.
Yeah, you can do so much more stuff, and you can replace stuff on your computer, which you can't do on the PS5, which obviously for reasons. But next topic. Not worth it in my opinion. Not worth it.
Not worth it.
If you have a PS5, just stick with the PS5. Save yourself $200. Stick with the PS5.
Sure, maybe save yourself what, $500.
Yeah, if you get it on Black Friday, apparently Juan D's telling me they're gonna have like a $300-something discount on the PS5, which is a steal.
Yeah, a fucking steal.
Because even the PS4 wasn't $200 really ever.
Sure, let's check actually.
But that's honestly a way better deal.
$349 for Black Friday.
The one with
the slim.
The PS5 with no disc is $394. $400.
Yeah.
Which is honestly way better. Stick with the PS5 regular.
Yeah.
Slim, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Let's see.
It does look nice though. I will admit they. Oh, $329.
No.
Oh, that's a monitor.
PS Pro. $700.
PS5 Pro is $700, of course.
Oh, where's this?
Trying to poke your eyes out with that shit.
Hell no.
PlayStation deals.
Let's see what we got.
They got for me.
The fuck is this? Cooling and standing cooling fan.
$500 for the
$500, yeah, for the slim digital edition NBA 2K25.
$500, okay.
$434
for the console itself.
Digital.
Slim console digital by itself.
The disc, $487.
$487 for the one with the disc. Okay. Yeah, honestly, just stick to the regular one, bro. Whether it's a slim disc or digital, just stick with it.
Or just wait for Black Friday, either one.
Well, yeah, might as well wait for Black Friday. It's right around the corner, a couple weeks, 2 weeks away. But all right, next conversation. A little controversial. Donald Trump winning the election. Now, as you know, my girl is a big Trump hater.
Mm-hmm.
Hates him. Mm-hmm. Despises him. Mm-hmm. Honestly, of course, she hates him for good reasons. Mm-hmm. I understand why she hates him and why she does not like him at all. I'm not big in politics. At all.
Nope.
I know nothing about politics. That's why, which honestly a lot of people say I should have voted even if I didn't know. But the truth is, look, I don't want to vote
with no information.
If somebody just tells me to vote. I want to know what I'm voting for and what exactly is what I'm like. I want to know about it. And I know I should have learned about it sooner, but I didn't. Boo-hoo. I'll learn about it this next election. The world's not going to end.
Unless it does. Which we'll never know.
We'll never know. But most likely
it won't.
It won't. But what are your opinions on that, Wandy?
Same thing, honestly. It's just I didn't really know much. And the little I didn't know, it was either from experience or just
people telling you.
People telling me, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have either I didn't vote at all. I'll say that just straight up. Even if I did, I definitely would have not got for Trump for my own personal reasons.
Yeah.
I have been in kind of a financial situation because of the decision my mom made a couple years ago during the Trump administration, which I know this is going to hit immigration. So one of my aunts was actually trying to come here to the U.S. She wanted to cross illegally, but turn herself in and make a case for herself. That way she would actually be able to stay here legally. Unfortunately, during the Trump administration, there was no chances given for anybody, even if they had a case, to be able to fight their way to stay here, even if they had to go back to Mexico, stay there for a while just to get their case heard. They didn't get a chance. And I remember my mom had spent a good amount of money just trying to get her over here as my grandma's last wish to have all of them together. And as soon as she crossed the border, she was unfortunately taken all the way back to Guatemala, and we lost all that money. So that just in itself, just the fact that there was no chances given, different story would have been had, you know, him not imposed that, for sure it was a law or it was a bill, something that he passed, where it didn't matter what happened, they would just get sent back. Maybe would have had a different opinion, but realistically, that's just the main thing that just told me nah. But like I said, who am I? I didn't vote. Can't really say much else from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my dad was an illegal immigrant. He crossed over very young, at a very young age. He didn't have an option because he wasn't old enough to take care of himself, so they brought him illegally, family members. Luckily, my mom was a U.S. citizen, so through marriage, they got him his papers and all that stuff. He's currently a resident, which he should be a citizen, but I don't know. He needs to do that, but he's currently a resident. Luckily, before Trump came in, my dad was fixed up. Which honestly, it took him a long time because
it's a long process.
It's a very long process, which also because my mom and my dad it wasn't their first priority. Which honestly it should have, because if anything happened, he would have been sent back. But I know Trump's plan is to send back all the immigrants and turn away anybody that comes here. And which honestly, it's easy to say that it's easy to vote for him and say that you're okay with it because you're already a citizen. But if you really think about it, none of us would be here if it wasn't for immigrants. Like my dad or your mom, or we wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for them coming over here. And honestly, I feel like there should be a slowdown on immigrants. I definitely believe that. Definitely slow down, like process where they get reviewed and brought in. But there should definitely be an ability to come into the country. Just not coming illegally, but legally applying for a visa or something. And I know even that takes a long time.
Yeah, that takes a long time.
But I know Trump, I don't know if what he was saying was true, but he was saying that if you graduate from college or anything, or like from college, or that you should automatically get the ability to come to the United States if you graduate from college or some other shit like that. Which honestly, I feel like that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea, because I guess the way he sees it is, if you go to school, then you can provide something for the country, you know? You're not just coming in. I guess that's the way he's trying to look at it, like through school education, not just being...
Education as a kind of like a meter of whether they should come in or not.
Yeah, because I know a lot of Mexicans in this country don't finish school, or they don't want to go to school. And I feel like because of that...
get the opportunity when they are... Or Mexican citizens don't get the opportunity because of financial reasons.
That too.
Or
they have to work.
Like my family, half of it's from Guatemala. They have it even worse over there because, I mean, financially, the country is kind of sort of unstable too. Yeah. So they have it even worse when it comes to the education system. They're not able to get up there.
And I feel like we definitely have it so easy in the U.S. And I definitely try to have an open mindset when it comes to the ideas and new things that candidates come up with. But I also feel like all candidates put on a face to get voted for, and they put on an act. And I definitely do believe that they're not all who they say they are, you know. And I know Trump's probably definitely not who he says he is, but I feel like when people say vote for Kamala, I'm just like, I don't know. Like I know she has good ideas and she has a good mindset. But is she just saying that stuff to get voted for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know, of course, like Kamala is a lot more. How do you say it? She's a lot more. I wouldn't say friendly, but she's a lot more like.
Open.
Oh, an open book.
Yeah.
Not an open book, and like sort of like somebody who seems really nice, and I'm not too sure how to explain it. It's just like a friendly person that you'd want to talk to, and then like she doesn't discriminate against anybody. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of person she. I'm pretty sure she's like that. You know, she's very nice. But I know Trump, he doesn't really give a shit. He just says what's on his mind.
I mean, he is a businessman.
He is a businessman, and that's sort of one thing that you can't take away from him. He's very down to business, which honestly,
with the way our economy is going,
it's what we need.
Probably what we need.
Financially,
yeah.
Economically, that's what we need. As far as
any
other things,
questionable.
Yeah, it's questionable because I know he's very put tariffs on this. You know, it's very economically. Money wise, he probably knows what he's doing because he's a millionaire.
By the way, I've actually I was looking at this article the other day.
46 minutes of recording. Holy fuck!
I was looking at this article the other day, and basically, there's a couple companies who are against the tariffs, and have already said that they are willing to increase the prices for the consumers if these tariffs are to go through. One of them being AutoZone. Increasing the prices for all their products due to if Trump goes on with the tariffs on anything that is imported from China or anywhere else.
That's where they get all their parts from.
Yep. That was one of the articles that I did see. Whether it's true or not, I mean, it's just an article.
But I know that he wants everything that's imported, instead of being built in other countries, he wants it built here.
Yeah.
Which honestly, economically, that's really good.
It's really good until you really start to look in how much of every resource we got. Do we have enough resources?
Oh yeah, I get what you mean. Because then once you start running out of resources,
then we got to start looking everywhere else.
We have to start getting them from somewhere else.
That's why, honestly, probably the gas prices aren't as high here in Texas as it would be in California. I mean, Texas has so much oil that we can use. We got the Gulf Coast. Yeah. We got just off of Houston. You always see a bunch of oil refineries going there. In the middle of fucking nowhere, you'll see some of them sometimes. Yeah. Compared to, let's say, California.
Where they have no oil at all.
Or if they do, it's a small amount, so they can't really do much with that.
Gas prices is chalk. They're
we know a couple people who are actually from California, right?
$5 to $7 a gallon over there.
$5 to $7 a gallon.
That's insane. With the money we make here, that's like 1/4 of my check, bro. On gas. And with especially with the job I have now, where I drive to, it's like a 40-minute drive. That would be like
and
half
you have the
of my
Mustang
check.
Too.
And I have a sports car, so it wastes more gas. Which honestly, it's my fault for having a sports car because I decided to have that.
I told him to stick with the Corolla.
I had a Corolla, all right, and it was a nice car, but I needed a little something fast, you know. Don't hate on me, bro. All right. So back to the point, Juan D. Before you interrupted me with my Corolla. All right. I don't want to hear about the Corolla, Juan D. All right.
Which we'll talk about that in a bit.
We'll talk about that in another episode. But like I said, I know he has a very good economic mindset. Whether or not, I guess, I don't know, because I feel like whether or not whoever wins presidency, my life will, maybe it'll change a little bit, but it won't be any life-changing events, you know, I feel like the country's going to run the same. It's not going to change dramatically.
And plus, you also got to take into account anything that they want to change. unless they do a, what is it called? It's they have the ability to make it into law, but they're very limited when it comes to that. They has to go through Congress. It has to go through through the Supreme Court. It's got to go through the Senate. It's got to go through 3 different places before it actually becomes law. So
yeah,
it's gonna be very difficult. Whoever would have won, they would have still had to go through all 3 of those.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
changes are gonna take a while before it actually goes through.
It's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a big deal for, I know most of the things he wanted to do was for women, not for women, against women. Like I don't want to say against women, but it was definitely towards them.
Messing with women's rights, I think.
Towards women, yes. Like taking away any like, what is it called? Birth controls. Taking away the ability to get abortion, anything like that, which affects mainly women. Which honestly, it feels. I guess that's part of the reason why I wasn't like. I don't know, because it's hard. It's hard to be when it's not towards you. You know what I mean? It's hard to be like on edge about something when it's not towards you. And I definitely felt it more because of my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Because like she definitely like cares about all that stuff, and I guess like whatever hurts her in that way sort of affects me too. Like thinking about it. But that's probably the only reason. Because honestly, if I wasn't with her, I probably wouldn't have even known what the hell was going on. Like I probably would have just like been like, oh, Trump won, whatever. You know? Because I really don't pay attention to that stuff, like I said. And I feel like for next presidency, we do need to start paying more attention to that stuff. Definitely start doing more research and what one side does over the other and other stuff like that. But
I mean, we could find a candidate that actually has a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But isn't too over to one side or the other.
Yeah.
Now that would be nice.
Yeah.
Whether the whole population would agree with that, probably not.
Yeah, because like I feel like when it comes to like presidents, like
when it comes to just politics in general, for some reason people decide it's either you're far left or you're just left or you're just right. Nobody really says, hey, I'm moderate, I'm just in the middle. I mean, yeah, I agree with some of the things they said, but I don't agree with some of the other ones.
Yeah,
I agree with some things they said, but not the other ones. It's people just want to be either one or the other.
Yeah, it just becomes chaos at some point. It's kind of annoying. Like, you can't say anything because all of a sudden you're a bad person because you think this.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, because it's like it's the way I think.
Yeah.
You know, you can't change the way I think. Like
it's
you
like,
think something, I'm thinking
opinion.
something. Yeah, it's like you don't get, especially like when people tell you to vote. Oh, like what if I don't vote for the one you want to vote?
Yeah.
Oh, so then don't vote. I'm like, what?
Well then.
Like that's sort of the thing that just doesn't make any sense because people are gonna vote for who they want, and I feel like you can no longer have calm conversations about politics because it just goes
out the roof.
It just literally goes out the roof. But yeah, look, I didn't have a problem with Trump winning until my girl told me about that. Like, at least, like, I didn't have... Because, honestly, after he got shot in the ear, I was like, this man's going to win.
Yeah.
Because he
I mean, that's just...
That's like some movie shit right there. Man got shot in the ear,
Which, right, though, damn, that... He would have not turned his head, he would have been done.
That's what I'm telling you. You know how lucky that man is?
That is
you
very
remember
lucky.
looking at that on TV?
Yes.
When we went to work?
Literally.
We were at work at the bar. And then, like, we're changing... one of the customers was like, "Oh, Trump just got shot."
Or like,
and
bullshit.
I'm like, what? We changed the channel to CNN, and it's just a picture of Trump like doing something. Like
you kind of see like
putting the fist in the
something
air.
just floating.
Yeah, I think blood in his ear. But honestly, that was crazy. And after he got shot in the ear, I was like, "Damn, this man just won. That's guaranteeing his win in the election." Just because that's playing badass.
Yeah.
Whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
Man survived the gunshot. Like, that was so close to death.
And the second one.
Many men.
Did you hear about the second one?
Was death upon me? Yeah, you can hear the bullets in the video.
No, I'm talking about you hear about the second time.
They tried to shoot at him again?
Yeah. Yeah.
When?
I know there was a second time. After that one we watched, it was like a month after.
They tried to shoot him again?
Yep. Somebody else tried. Different place, I think. I'm not sure though. I might be wrong.
I feel like I would have seen it if they tried to shoot him again. But we'll save that for another time.
We'll save that for another time.
We got to change the topic of discussion here. Okay. So next topic. We're going to talk about cars. Honda.
Horrible decisions this guy's made.
As in...
This guy's got a sports car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Insurance is probably through the roof, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, listen. I don't know about y'all. But when it comes to cars, okay, there's a certain point, you're driving your Corolla to work every day. You're like, man, this thing's slow as hell. I want me something quick.
But you know what? Like they say, when you drive slow cars fast, it's better than driving fast cars slow.
That is true. I do hate driving my car slow. Speed limit kills me when I'm driving slow. But the thing is, look.
By the way, we almost died in a slow car. Well,
he's almost killed me several times. Yes, he has.
No. Once. He almost killed me the other time.
But you weren't in the car with me.
No, I wasn't in the car.
He was in another car, and I almost ran him off the road. But that's besides the point. That's
besides the point, yeah.
I have plans for my car that I want to do later down the line, of course, because financially, I'm not there yet, okay? That's expensive. I have a 2021 Mustang GT, okay? I want to set it up for drag racing because I love drag racing. It's one of my, even though I don't do it currently, I feel like it'd be something I'd like to do later down the line. Juan D, I don't even know what his idea is for racing. I don't know what you wanted to do with cars, because I know you like cars. I know you wanted to get a sports car, but I don't know what your plan is. As in, like,
I might do something stupid when I get the money. Something stupid.
What you gonna do, Juan D?
I don't know. I might have to just pay off that Corolla before I do something stupid.
Financially stupid?
Financially stupid.
Like buy a car?
No. We're gonna make that slow Corolla fast. Yeah.
You see that? Now I'd like to hear, Honda.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see a fast Corolla on the road.
But at the same time, I kind of want to get a hatchback though.
Well, you could do it either way, but look, I'm just saying, I did like the idea of you turboing the Corolla.
Yeah.
I did like that idea. Which honestly, it's hard.
It is hard.
It's gonna be hard to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But it'll be a great idea for social media.
Oh yeah.
The people would love that. A turbo Corolla with the turbo sticking out.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, they're gonna kill for that.
Gotta stick out the hood.
Well, I guess it don't, but preferably.
Hey, because like for sure, at one point, once I do finish paying off the Corolla, I do want to do a manual salt.
A manual salt, you can do that.
Because I mean, there are Corollas that have a manual drive.
Yeah.
So shouldn't be too hard. I mean, the platform already provides for it, so that shouldn't be too hard. Well, aside from the installation, but finding it, different story.
Yeah. The one thing that's going to be hard is because the Corolla is a 4-cylinder. So the transmission, I don't know what kind of transmission it has when it's manual, but the problem is going to be finding a transmission strong enough to hold the power.
The one from the hatchback, the GR hatchback.
Yeah, but you're not pushing GR power, son. You could be pushing more power than more power.
I mean, just to start off, because I mean, you got to remember, it's a 3-cylinder with 300 horsepower.
The hatchback,
GR,
hatchback GR, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be pushing 300. You're gonna be doing like 500.
I mean, just to start off, because let's be real, we're not gonna start off at 500, but just to start it off, we're gonna be at like 200, 300.
Because what does it make right now? Like 150?
150.
175.
140. Nah,
175.
I think it's 150.
Well, either way, the Corolla's going to be making some steam. It's a 3-cylinder turbo?
Which one? The one I have?
The GR.
The GR is a 3-cylinder turbo. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can make a little more than that. Than the 300 if tuned right.
That thing's gonna be making some steam. But I feel like once you turbo the Corolla,
139.
that's what it currently makes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're probably gonna double that easily. Yeah. So it depends on the boost you're gonna run, but honestly, you could probably make.
If anything, I know for a fact I'm gonna definitely change that engine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna
there's
change it
no way I'm gonna be using that engine because that engine is not gonna make it through.
Yeah.
More than 200. I mean, then again, Toyota. They make reliable engines.
They make reliable, not unbreakable engines, honey.
I mean,
but before you break the engine, you're gonna blow a rod out of your motor. That's what's gonna happen. Because the Corolla, it's economical, but once you make power, those they don't mix up.
Yeah, that is true.
Especially making that much power. I mean, that's not the only thing you have to worry about. I mean, you got your drive shaft, your transmission that you're gonna have to get strong enough to.
Well, drive shaft is gonna be once I do because I would have to do. I mean,
not the drive shaft.
Yeah, well,
the axles. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
The axles.
But drive shaft would probably be a little later if I want to make it a rear wheel drive. If I want to have a full drive shaft to the back.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a later.
Which honestly, once you pay off the Corolla, you can just gut the shit out of the car. You can take everything out of that bitch. Just make it like a full-on race car. Which honestly, that thing probably weighs the same as a Corvette.
It actually weighs less than your Mustang.
Oh, that I know. Yeah. But how much does it weigh? Like 33, 34?
32 actually.
Yeah, it's literally a Corvette. And if you gut that thing, you're gonna weigh less than a Corvette. Which honestly, you're gonna be super light. Because that thing has a lot of safety things.
29.55.
Oh, you're gonna be fucking steaming. You take out that passenger seat, and you put racing seats in there. You take all the seats and you put racing seats.
Just put the front two.
Front two seats. Yeah. Take all the carpet, everything out. Low manual transmission, which is lighter probably. Yeah. Then the automatic transmission. You add. Oh, you're gonna be steaming, buddy. He's gonna be making some steam. But look, one thing I'm a big believer in. If you're gonna make a fast car, you need a roll cage.
Oh yeah.
You need a roll cage. Sure. Because it doesn't matter how fast you're going. If you crash, you're gonna get hurt. At least the roll cage stops your body from getting hit by, like, not getting hit, but your body from.
It stops the car from being able to, kind of crushing itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it does roll over.
Yes, exactly.
If it does roll over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have a racing seat and a hat and gear and a roll cage, like, you're pretty much, I'm not going to say unkillable.
I mean, if you're able
far better off than being
if you're able to get to have yourself, like, strapped into the car, like, you have the harness, you have the racing seat, everything to keep you in the car, all you need is something to keep the car whole, which would be the roll cage.
Yeah, the roll cage keeps it whole.
Yeah.
Definitely a roll cage. Definitely racing seats with racing seat belts.
Suspension and tires.
Suspension and tires, of course, because you need grip. You need the ability to keep the power on the road. But mainly, you need the roll cage and seats and belts. Because that will keep anything from coming in on you and you from coming out of the car. Which honestly is the most important part. Because I see so many people racing nowadays and they don't have.
Bro, you remember that one time we went into the track strip?
Yeah. At Houston.
The Lambo?
At Houston.
You remember that Lambo?
Yeah, when it hit. Yeah.
Oh, that shit was fucking crazy.
Those Lambos, like, you're going so fast and you have nothing to protect yourself. It kind of pisses me off. Because, I don't know. I don't feel safe, like, going that fast.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to protect you. Like, it's just.
We have a friend who actually went a little too fast and may have rolled or wrapped around the tree. But that'll be a story for a little later on.
Yeah. Surprising he made it, surprisingly.
Yeah. We'll probably, if this does, decently well, we might bring him on a little later on. That'll be a story for another time.
Yeah, that would be a story for another time. But, in other words, I think that's going to cut it for this episode because I have to go to sleep soon because I got to go to work tomorrow. Okay?
This guy.
So, look. Oh, shit. I dropped soda. I'll clean it in a bit. Whatever. Look.
Yeah, it's in Twitter.
if y'all like what you've seen, this is an hour long, so I don't think anybody's gonna watch it.
Uh-uh.
Anybody's gonna watch it through because it's the first episode. But if y'all like the idea of this, if you skipped through the episode and saw certain parts of this, if you like certain parts of the episode and you want to see more of this, I'm gonna upload this probably tonight or tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Sorry, but yeah, me and Juan D living right here down the street now, so hopefully we can do this more often if y'all like to watch.
Never know, might see some more content in the YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely upload a lot more. Not only a podcast, but I would like to do real life content too outside, on cars and other things we do. But definitely want to make more content for YouTube. Hopefully we start working on this podcast. We get a little more set up, more topics.
Yeah.
Better setup.
Y'all got any ideas? If y'all watched it all the way, throw them in the comments.
Yeah, throw some ideas in the comments and we'll talk about them. As y'all can see, this is the first episode of this, so this is a raggedy setup. It's just in my room with 2 seats for my kitchen table, and my camera is sitting on my gaming chair on my stabilizing rig, which is not horrible.
It's not bad.
It's not horrible. At least we're not outside.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, we got 2 parks if we want to do an episode outside. You know.
Yeah, we could do that episode at the park bench or something if we really got down to it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. It's me, Juan B, Juan D.
I was about to say.
It's the 2 Los Bozos.
Los Bozos.
Out. Till next time, bitches. Just stay here.